So this Erika Kirk town hall, CBS, Barry Weiss, this didn't go over very well. And we're going to talk about this on this episode. Welcome back to the channel, Culture Confederacy here. It's Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. I'm kind of just waking up. I woke up early, but I'm still not awake yet. Haven't had that second or third cup of coffee. But it seems that the elephant in the room was not addressed during this town hall, and that is the finances surrounding TPUSA. And this reminded me of Tammy Faye and PTL. I mean, I've never seen somebody grab so many tissues as I did in this, Well, they had an extended version of this town hall. But if you're new to the channel, and by the way, thank you for watching and subscribing, but if you're new to the channel, no fancy graphics. I don't come on here and say, look at me, look at how gorgeous I am, or how much money I have, look at how shredded I am. Don't you hate those videos? So what you see is what you get. We try to preserve great art, music, history, and culture. We'll talk about the news of the day. You might get a tinge of politics. And I do it generally with a still shot. So that's how the channel goes. Sorry, I can't give you more, but that's the way it is. So at any rate, let's get to this. Now, Fox News has an article here because today, as we speak, Erika Kirk is agreeing to meet in this private discussion, quote unquote, with Candace Owens. In other words, their lawyers are going to meet. That's usually how this works. You can correct me in the comment section below, but in my experience, it's never really the two parties that meet. It's always the lawyers that meet. And if that's the case and you know about it, again, let me know in the comment section below. Now, Erika Kirk posted about this on X and says, Candace Owens and I are meeting today, December 15th, for a private in-person discussion. And all discussions, live streams, and tweets are on hold until after this meeting. I look forward to a productive conversation. Thank you, Erika Kirk. Like I said, the lawyers. Now, a little interesting background about Erika Kirk. So everybody just assumes that Erika Kirk is, this widow of Charlie Kirk. And she's the innocent victim of an assassination on her husband, and that's true. But back in 2012, she ran as Miss Arizona in the Miss USA pageant. She didn't make the ranks, so to speak. But she currently works as a real estate agent at the Corcoran group. Well, it's now Anywhere Realty. And Anywhere Realty also has real estate companies under their umbrella, such as Better Homes and Gardens, Century 21, Coldwell Banker, Sotheby's International Realty. So I'm thinking Erika Kirk, she's going to be living comfortably for a while. Despite everything that's happened, she's not hurting for money. So I can imagine being a real estate agent, being a widow, and now you're the CEO of Turning Point USA. You're under a lot of pressure here. But she's got time to do this town hall. Like I said, too many tissues. Now, if you think that I'm not being compassionate here, my mom passed away a couple months ago, back in October. So I completely understand what it's like to lose a loved one. It's a very traumatic thing. But if it were me, I would not be making so many appearances. I would, maybe step back from the spotlight for a little while. So let's get down to business here with the actual town hall. Now, this thing just went way off into left field here because they were talking, or she was talking about eating In-N-Out burgers. There you go. And taking Egyptian flights while she was pregnant, or there's accusations that she was on these Egyptian flights, and who knows? It just got really crazy. But one of the questions that was asked because this thing came across as pre-scripted. By the way, this was pre-recorded. Most town halls are actually done live. They're not pre-recorded. So to me, that's a red flag. This thing was pre-recorded. Barry Weiss, who hosted this and asked all these questions, which seemed to be kind of engineered to be nice, if I can say that, to Erika Kirk. Like they didn't want to push too hard here. And I can understand that to a certain extent when you're doing these type of interviews, because otherwise you're not going to get any information out of the person you're interviewing. Just ask Barbara Walters. Oh, she's no longer around. But at any rate, so what was I saying here? Okay, yeah, like I said, I haven't had my second or third cup of coffee, so bear with me. But they talked about In-N-Out burgers, flights to Egypt, supposed flights to Egypt, too many tissues again, that Tammy Faye PTL moment. But the last question, or last person rather, to ask Charlie Kirk a question before he was assassinated was a guy named Hunter Kozak, who is a Utah Valley student. I don't know if he graduated yet or not, but apparently Utah Valley student. But he's got an interesting background because there's more to the story. It turns out that Hunter Kozak's father is Steve Kozak, who works on the Jimmy Kimmel Live show. He's a director on that show. And Steve Kozak's father, Hunter Kozak's grandfather, was Elliot Ira Kozak, who was the longtime producer and manager of Bob Hope. And then there was some other person here named, let me find his name here. Last name Metaxas or something. I think Socrates Metaxas or something. He's an author. He has all these books out there. And of course, they talked about anti-Semitism, the rise of anti-Semitism. But they didn't address the elephant in the room, the finances, what's going on with TPUSA. Now, I'm not saying that TPUSA has engaged in anything nefarious here. Pardon me. But, see, I don't function if I don't have that second or third cup of coffee, I'm telling you. I'm normally not up this early. I'm usually up around 10 o'clock or so. But it's getting to be that time where I'm at now, or just after 10. But they were talking about how they love Charlie Kirk. And how President Trump is fueling the flames of political discourse with all his rhetoric. Well, where is this rise in anti-Semitism? Where's it coming from? Because I really don't see it necessarily on the right. Now, that's not to say that there aren't people on the right who are anti-Semitic, but just because you disagree with what Israel is doing right now doesn't make you anti-Semitic. I mean, you have a right in this country, this place called the United States, to disagree with somebody. You have a right to make statements that are offensive. Now, you can't slander somebody. There's laws against that, slander and libel. But the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the First Amendment protects free speech, including impolite speech, and that includes the right to ask questions of your government or other people. But the fact that this was pre-recorded, and that you're asking these people, or you're having people ask these questions who have some type of tie to people in the television industry, yeah, a little suspicious there. Just saying. Now, what else do I have in my notes here? We talked about this meeting they're going to have today. But I really think that's it. But the expressions on Erika Kirk's face when Barry Weiss brought up Candace Owens, it was like daggers. And she wants to talk about, this is something I noticed, Erika Kirk wants to talk about all these people making all this money and getting all this attention. And I can understand, again, where she's coming from. People were profiting off of the death of Charlie Kirk, etc. But for her to come out and say that when she herself now You go back and you look at this here on YouTube. I've seen this clip where she posted herself a video where she is weeping over the coffin of her late husband, Charlie Kirk. But it goes one step further. Apparently, she was wearing a microphone and it was up close, and she was getting all touchy-feely with, with his body here, saying, I love you, and kissing him. You thought she was going to make love to him in the coffin. I swear. So I thought I'd talk about this today. As you know, we do these in one take. They are what they are. So if I stumble, if I fall, if I trip over my words, I really don't care. Because I'm interested in bringing the truth. Not in some pre-recorded, supposedly scripted town hall. So tell me what you think in the comments section below. And it's going to be fun to watch what happens here after this quote-unquote meeting or discussion that Erika Kirk is planning to have with Candace Owens. So you can follow me at Instagram, Jason197711. Find me at Substack, or go to Culture Confederacy at Culture Confed1 on X. This is the Culture Confederacy saying peace out. Y'all have a great Monday. Y'all have great money, right? Let's all make money somewhere out there. So at any rate, as I said, y'all have a great Monday. God bless. I'll catch you next time, and keep up the culture. Take care.